Welcome. I hope you've all had a great break. Let's just take a look at where these markets are. So ever since we punched up here during March and got there to the end of March, we just sort of eked lower, insignificant. This is the Dow, sorry, Dow Daily. So it's a fairly quiet week, no significant data, not a lot happening, apart from the geopolitical issue that hangs over the markets, hangs over the world. So we have got a tighter and tighter little area here. Volume has picked up middle of last week, and we just fell off into the end of the week. Path of least resistance, I have to say we are making lower lows and lower highs. So at the moment, I have to say the path of least resistance is lower. If we break this 34,000, I think we're going to come back to the mid-March lows pretty quick. If we can close above this 34.5, and anything higher is going to add more flames to the upside, to the fire, then we can potentially push back up to March highs and beyond, maybe even back to January highs, if we can really get some steam up. Chinese GDP was good today, but overall, the picture at the moment is of the markets that just don't know where to go at the moment. And like I said, the danger is the path of least resistance is lower if we can't come out of this area here. If we look at the NASDAQ been really beaten up. I thought middle of last week that it was going to hold and start to push up, but we breached this support. Let me just see if I can get rid of that. So we breached this support, and we're just, in fact, we have gapped down, and we are just at the moment just filling the gap at the moment. So that shows you what the Dow could do. If this can gap down, then the rest of the market's not hold up, then so can the Dow. Let me just bear with me one moment. Part of my account is not showing up. Just want to manage a trade here. That's better. Okay, I'll leave that. So anyway, I'm concerned about this market based on what the NASDAQ's doing. The volume was better midweek. Actually, this closed on Wednesday. It's not showing Thursday. That's really weird. I'm sure the Dow's showing Thursday, isn't it? No, it's not. Why is that not showing Thursday? Oh well, never mind. Onwards and upwards. FTSE, let's just go through this quickly because it's don't want to spend much time on it. So we're holding up on volume. So European markets are not bad until you get to the DAX, which is sitting underneath this area here. That looks far more wobblier. The FTSE is holding up marginally better than this. I just get the sense that if this market does break, close last week's low, then we are lower. So look at the Nikkei. Sitting on a very, very key level of support. So it had a very decent run into the end of March, and we're still struggling back here. Let's look at the Chinese market. Not great. We slid down from December, dropped hard mid-March, and the recovery in that exchange in China is not great. And you can see we've got a strong dollar here. We're about to potentially make 2022 new highs here on the dollar. Volatility index has been suppressed, but is building up again. It's building up. Right, let's quickly move on. Gold is looking like that can get back to 2040 plus. It's not quite, it did almost touch 2000 today. Silver sitting up nicely as predicted. So look at emerging markets. Now see, they gap down. So if they fill these gaps and then revert to this downtrend, that down move, which we got on the Nasdaq, then that does spell trouble. So I think overall, as I've been saying for some weeks now, I just had shorter targets and just not hang around, try not to hang around in these stocks. Talking of which, let's move on to, we haven't looked at oil yet, and we'll move on. So we are in a new, as far as I'm concerned, we're in a new phase. We have ABC correction down here in the second week of April, and we're pushing back to 112, just under 19 at the moment. So that looks as if that can punch back. Let's look at the gas. I've been just amazed. Right, gas has broken up. Wow. I shouldn't be surprised to see gas up here, should I? It's been a key issue in this geopolitical event. So 83 is the next target. Very, very nice trade, very nice breakup trade. And I think a lot of commodities are just following it. Wheat, I've been talking about wheat for a while, that's picking up, going back up. Orange juice, they're all you know, there you go. I suggested that orange juice was going to break out, and it has done so. So cotton, everything is sitting up. High grade copper, that's getting ready to push out as well. Right, stocks, let's look at the miners. Well, we have seen a little uptick in the indices here. Right, miners, Pan-African. Took a breather. Yeah, you see this. We've had this with other stocks. Tullow is a classic. There's a key January resistance level up there at 24. So we might see 2021. If we don't pick up very soon, we will see a lower number in that one. So be careful. Griffin. Yeah. See, I've not been that. It's been a great chart if you're in it. It's not been on a technical level. That's been a little bit difficult to trade really, because on the basis that you see some volume. You see the charts push up here on the Friday the 4th, Monday the 7th, and then you shoot up with very, very shallow pullbacks. So this one's been erratic from the point of view that we've not had pullbacks. This has hit resistance area. This is Hochschild. So they're all doing well. They're all sitting up. Sentiment. They are seeing some profit taking, and then the CDE the US miners, silver miner CD doing well, and HL pulling back some. Right, banks, start to punch in what you want to look at. Otherwise, I'll just go through the list. For me, it's just a catch up because I've not done any extensive scanning this weekend. I've just been away, just spent most of the weekend outside. Barclays is going to plan at the moment. If we can get some further volume in that and start closing above 150, then I'll be happy. Lloyd's doing the same. So they're all coming off these key level supports. Standard Chartered, good. HSBC holding support. Very shallow pullbacks in that one. That's very strong. So Barclays has got it all to do. Barclays is just lagging on the back of that. Fine. Anything else? Let's look at Legal and General. That's started. That's had a good move up from 225 to 275. AJ Bell's not doing it. I'm surprised. I've been stalking this one for a while. I just kept resisting getting into it. And yeah, it's heading south at the moment. Let's look at retail. Boo. It looks, the volume's getting better recently, so that could start to get a lift. Tesco, not nice. That's gone right back into this 6th of October level. Yes, there's no pullback here on the 6th of October. So if I personally, I would just sit tight and let that drift. Sainsbury's beginning to look as if that can hold that area. This is Ted Baker, isn't it? Ted Baker, I think. That's done really well. That's had a good move off of. It suddenly caught wind in. I think that's they put themselves up for sale, haven't they? I put a bunch Royal Mail Group into this retail sector. That's beginning to look better. That's threatening to build there on Royal Mail. We're holding this area. It's not a brilliant. You might get a dip. If you're interested in that, I would bid lower and see if it gets a bad hair day and then picks up volume on a dip. WH Smith's, very nice move on WH Smith's, right into resistance, but not for me, but it does appear to be gaining momentum. And next, which we talked about this time last week, or Sunday before last, is beginning to move. So we pulled back to this 59.45 area, and that is beginning to move. I'm out with this Card Factory at the moment, but very much looking to short 56 on that one, Card Factory. SSPG, this is the one I've talked about, isn't it? These are the airport service providers, aren't they? Make sandwiches in airports, is that, I think. But I suggested it because it just looked as if it was a key area. It had already been up to 370. So that looks good to me. What do you guys think of SSPG? I definitely check the US sectors, yeah. Right, oh, well, we'll look at some US stocks in a minute. This IQE has gone right back to base, not looking pretty at all, and the volumes are falling out of that one. Energy, Tullow pulling back from the key resistance area. Petrofact doing well, and the volume is building in this one. So I do very happy to be in that one. I hope the volume continues to build. Gulf sitting back up. 88E seems to have been deserted after that issue. Basic materials. Rio. Volume is building up. It's had a good year. It's had a really good year, and it at the moment it just looks higher. Right. Glencore. Very shallow pullbacks, keeps climbing. Man Group has hit a major resistance there at 240, 245. TPI cap. I'm still not in this, waiting for that to dip, and Elementis is picking up. We had a great buy signal down there on the 8th of March. So it's as if the indices are lagging a bit there, because all these stocks we're looking at are not bad. So these indices seem to be lagging. Gem Diamonds has been on a really nice run from 43 to 73. Wow. Wow. I think I need to get into this Elementis. Although the volume is not great. No, it doesn't meet my criteria yet. I'm gonna leave it. If it runs off, then I'm gonna have to live with it. Energy we've looked at. Metals, poly. Pathetic. FCX, the big US copper miner, doing really well. So let's look at some US stocks. Twitter. So after Elon Musk pumped that up, it's fallen back into support and holding up. Volumes are getting better. I think these pullbacks in this Twitter look good. He's offered out to shareholders, isn't he? I'm amazed this Zoom is so poor. Buyers are just not coming in. Facebook, pathetic. No wonder the Nasdaq is struggling. Marvel, chips, pathetic. Yeah. So let's look at Bank of America. Wow, that's significant. If that holds up, that's very significant. Goldman's. Well, if these guys can pull off the floor, then that bodes well. That bodes well for the markets. It's just the US techs are still beaten up. Let me have a closer look at the US techs. An awful lot of red on the on these. I'm gonna look at Roku on the floor. MU weak. Uber was the one that. Anything else you want to look at? Uber, not doing it yet. Let's look at. Look at Microsoft. Right, last call for stocks because I'm going to disappear. Microsoft is the market has fallen out of love with the techs, which is worrying. So we've got financials, energies, and commodities related stuff doing well. Even retail is picking up, but techs are just getting trampled on. Let me just do I'm going back to UK stuff now. Let's have a look at Chewy. I'll come back to you about that. I don't. I'll have to look at the earnings. Well, I'll do that now. Let's look at earnings. The Bank of America had earnings today, and they got a hefty lift up in their earnings. I'll come back to you about that. I need to focus on that and check out when that's going on. Right, okay, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to call it quits for now, but let's go back to, before I disappear, let me just check what the Dow is doing. The Dow's just had a little squirt higher into resistance and then dropped. All right, thanks for joining me, guys. I'll catch up with you on Wednesday. Yeah, happy Easter, everybody. Have fun, and see you on Wednesday.